I finally figured it out. I had seen people with what I thought was modded Townscaper builds online, but I couldn't figure out how they did it. But just this past weekend, after hunting around, I finally figured out how to mod Townscaper. So in this video, you're gonna notice a couple of things. Number one, new colors. Number two, new styles for like roofs and edges and birds and things, and a couple of functional changes. For example, a button that lets me automatically fill parts of the map so I don't have to click forever. It is an absolute game changer. If you want a video on how I modded Townscaper and how I have it all set up, let me know in the comments and I will give you all the details. Today, we are gonna use those new fancy mods to make a gorgeous wintertime town with plenty of Yuletide witchy spirit. I'm going for castles, but smaller in the winter, floating in the Arctic Ocean. So you can see here, I have a big island and I'm going to make 3 different sections on this island. And on the back side, I'm gonna put a bunch of little tiny islands, just some little houses and stuff. It's gonna be very cute. I'm really inspired by this IKEA Scandinavian moment. Winter in a way that feels like it's always been winter. I really wanted it to have a wintry holiday moment without being too Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I like Christmas time, but I just don't know if I'm into this jingle bells, white fur kind of thing, you know? You can see the sort of color palette that we're working with in this texture swap. At the bottom, we have these like really dark colors. In the palette, they look kind of black and gray, but they're actually more like navy blues. Then we have white and these lavender and icy purple colors that I'm really into. Some warmer reds, a little bit of orange, and then this really nice yellow color. The other thing I'm sure you've noticed is that the roofs are all white. In the mod that I have installed, there are full texture swaps and then there's palette swaps. So I've included texture swap that changes the roofs to look snowy, and a different palette swap that adds these nice purples and blues and grays and blacks. Another really nice thing that I was able to do with mods is a button that let me change the color of blocks in place. So if I put something down, I don't like the color of it, it's really easy to change it. So you can see the base, we're going for this like icy purple and then like the lavender on top. I think it's got a really nice chilly vibe, and you know, I mean, I love purple, what can I say? And you can see here that what I'm going for is like a smaller island. Something not as grand of a scale as my last build, which was huge and very rainbow. Now, y'all know I love my floating islands. I really had to resist putting floating islands on this. If you look closely, you'll see that all the doors are like red in this texture swap. It's so cute. The white towers are so bright and they add this sparkly sort of snowy capped energy. I wanted to use the white really sparingly. You can see I've got these little black towers along with this purple. I think it adds that IKEA energy. And look at the blue and the yellow. We're gonna get there, don't worry. It might be because I'm Canadian. Shout out to Canadians in the comments. But I just have such nostalgia for like docks, you know? So I just really loved these long docks going out into this cold sea. I thought it was really pretty. It would be really nice to be able to change the skybox in Townscaper. I would really like to do something with like a moon or with like a distant mainland. Imagine it looks like you're on like a sea of stars. Oh, it could be so pretty. Do you guys remember when Animal Crossing was exploding and everybody was doing light photoshopping and some light modding, and you would see star fragment trees? Everybody would lose their mind, like, how did you get that? That's how I kind of feel about these mods. I might do some light photoshopping to the skybox, just simulate some of these changes that I'd like to see, but that I can't do with modding right now. Do you think that editing photos of builds you've made in video games is a little sketchy, or do you think it's fine as long as you're really clear about what you did? Really love the this little lighthouse. So cute. So we're gonna fill in all these little baby islands with tiny little houses. I love when you have the string of flags that go between the houses. Ooh, imagine if it was a little string of Christmas lights. Says that she's a witch who doesn't celebrate Christmas, immediately gets hyped over Christmas lights. Listen, we all know what's good, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you and say Christmas lights aren't good. It was really fun to come up with a little personality for each of these slightly bigger islands and try to get them all connected up. Townscaper is kind of fun because you have just enough creative freedom that you can put some stuff together, but ultimately there's stuff that's just completely out of your control and you have to kind of let go. Girl, where is this bridge going? It do be really cute though. Remember that in order to get these little light strings and not a whole bunch of tiny lighthouses, you need to sort of connect the buildings up somehow. Otherwise they turn into little tiny lighthouses, which is very cute, but it's maybe not what I wanted. It wasn't what I was going for the whole thing. It was at this stage that I ran out of ideas. I debated for a while, just like filling in everything with tiny little houses. And then I was like, I don't know if that's exactly what I want. Even for low stakes projects, your creativity can kind of run out. I ended up doing a combination of just experimenting with stuff, you know, putting random blocks wherever, and then eventually taking a little break, having a snack, you know, watching some YouTube videos. At a certain point, I just decided, you know what, maybe it's done. Like maybe it just really doesn't need more. So I went ahead and began working on the inside of these little castle towns. There's so much going on the other side with the dock, like so many little tiny houses, that I wanted in here to be relatively calm. So I just added a couple of kind of larger buildings and I experimented with placing them so that they didn't interrupt these nice roads, which I really love. This one's cute because it looks a little bit like kind of a church or something. Really like that. And with that, the build is pretty much done. I love it. I think it turned out so pretty. I can't thank the modders enough for all their hard work. If you'd like to get more involved with the Townscaper community, I'll include a link to their Discord in the description. I hope that you enjoyed coming on this little journey with me. If you liked this build, let me know. What do you think I should build next? I was thinking of maybe building some Sailor Moon inspired castles. For now, this is your mom signing off. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.